So for this week's project, we're building this. We didn't come up with it, but we're gonna capitalize on it. Let's do it.
Alright, so this project was created by Matt Makes over on Instructables. So if you want some awesome detailed blueprints for how to make this thing, check out his link in the description below this video. For starters, we had to make the tiles first, and the way they're designed is crucial to the functionality of the puzzle. Two sides need a tongue, and the other two need a groove. However, cutting these features is much easier said than done, as they are very time consuming to produce. Luckily, Dad and I had a jig that just allowed us to pin the tiles vertically so that we could slice off 1/4 of an inch from both sides for the tongue and 3/8 of an inch for the groove. Both the tongue and the groove cuts will need to be made 4 times with your table saw. 2 cuts for each side of the tongue and 2 cuts to make the groove 3/8 of an inch wide. One important thing to get right on this project is getting the right type of wood for your tiles. We unfortunately went with a 3/4 inch piece of plywood that turned out to be, well, very brittle. Due to this fact, we had to make a whole nother set of tiles that were made out of some pre-compressed wooden sheets so that they would maintain their shape while also allowing the tiles to move smoothly on the tabletop. Next, we made the trim pieces designed to go around the edge of the puzzle that would also serve as the border containing the corresponding tongues and grooves. These we made out of maple and planed down so that the thickness of the trim was equal to that of the tiles. As a small side note, the process for getting the tongues and grooves is the same for getting the tiles, just with longer, skinnier pieces. Now, unlike in Matt's version, we only needed to make a box for our secret compartment, instead of a full table, as we already had an old one with a removable glass insert. So yeah, it's just a box. But the lid, however, is a different story.
Alright, so this is where this project gets kind of funky. The problem that we're having is that this box is going to be sitting below our end table. The problem that we're running into is that most hinges, when placed on a cupboard, the hinge has to come right to the exact edge, otherwise the overhang will not allow the cupboard or drawer to open. So to solve this problem, we bought what are called 170 degree overlay hinges. So if you look here, rather than taking a traditional hinge and putting it right on the edge of the door, these 170 degree overlay hinges allow us to put the top farther inside on the hinge so that we can have this space here not interfere with the workings of the hinge, if that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, that's about 3 days worth of work right there. They can't think you're perfect all the time, Dad.
Now, one problem that we always seem to run into in all of our projects is some type of object placement that does not allow us to necessarily see where it is needed. In this case, we needed to know where our magnets had to be placed on both the table and the tiles, without being able to see the spot under the tile where the magnet would be seated. So, to get this measurement, we traced our tiles onto the table and then measured the distance from these traces so that we could then transfer them onto the bottom of the tile.
Oh, I think I heard it. Try lifting it. I did? Lift it. Alright. Then when you move that, this one got moved. Now try. It works. Let's go. We made a hard puzzle. I like.
Solved for this, which is, by the way, already solved, but
That.
Nice job. There we go. We got it.
Yeah, all those stupid games I play, they're brain teasers.